It's Group B, winner bracket semifinal, Infi versus Life. China versus China. It's old school versus new school once again, as Life is basically the young kid in the scene. He has a very good record versus human in general, 57%, but if you look at the statistics versus Infi, it's only 1/3 of the matches that he can win, and Infi at the moment is on a 4-0 win streak against Life, and that is since November 2017, so 4 months of losses from Life versus Infi. And we saw this in the first GCS qualifier, and Life had no chance. Let's see if this changes today. We go on to Equals.
Alright, and the first hero is of course always the first big question we have to ask. Usually Life was a Demon Hunter player exclusively, as many or most Night Elf players, when they break into the scene, are in the beginning Demon Hunter Panda all the time. But now he has expanded on his playbook, and he has used the Warden. We haven't seen him, I at least haven't seen him be very masterful with her, as Loliot and Foggy tend to be. And no, it's not going to be a Warden, it is the Demon Hunter first.
On the other side for Infi, we do not see a Tavern hero, as he played against Lynn a couple of times, but against Night Elf, man, the tower rushes are not really trendy anymore. So he decides to go for an Archmage, not blindly going into a Mountain King to cover a Warden. Maybe that's something for Amazonia or Last Refuge, if those maps are up next. But so far, standard game by both players, mercenary creeps, and Infi is coming over with the first militia already ready to harass.
He's gonna try to get the Shadow Priest here. By the way, before we forget, thank you very much. The containment unit cheering 300 bits, saying the only thing Flat Earthers fear is sphere itself. Not me. I don't get that.
Sphere. You know, sphere is round.
Yeah. But I don't get the nut meme. Anyways, he gets the Shadow Priest here. He was trying to steal it with a Wisp. Not quite fast enough was Life. Was close though. He gets Lightning Shield here. So how many creeps can the human steal? If he gets the Ancient of War, that would be the dream, but that is very unrealistic. The footy to harass is a little late, I think, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for him, but he still didn't arrive. So basically Life can do whatever he wants. Now the Footman comes in for a few steals. Lightning Shield wears off, so the big experience goes towards the Demon Hunter. Plus, your favorite item in the world. Who to speak?
Best item in the video game. Alright. So, especially the Shadow Priest now is in quite a bit of danger with all this movement speed on the Demon. Instant expansion from Infi. Gonna mean that the IM is gonna be stuck on level 2 for a long time, most likely. And the Demon. How many kills can he find with this? How much map control can he assert? And is he gonna counter expand behind it? That's what we're expecting. He's still tier 1, no Hunter's Hall. More Moonwells. Add Mercenaries, maybe?
He's building
no counter expo yet.
Okay. He's going to the mercenary camp, so maybe a Berserker soon to follow this up, as he sees that there's quite some action going on. But for the tower first for Infi, as he said, he's gonna stay at tier 2. Berserker is still some time away. Moonwell is coming, no tech yet, so this is a little late already. He could tech, he has the resources.
He has 600 gold. What's he waiting for?
Ah, he wants to double purchase the mercenaries, I guess?
Ah,
it's
yeah.
Time.
Well, but the footy is actually scouting for
Awesome.
it. That's so good. He may give his life for this, but that's definitely worth it.
Otherwise, the Wisp would have pulled the mercenaries so the Archer can run in and get the Shadow Priest and Berserker. And he gets the Berserker from the others? No, he doesn't. He saves the money, actually. Or am I missing something? Ah, no, the Berserker is on the way.
He did get the 1 Berserker, and with 2 Berserkers, maybe he could actually kill this Town Hall in construction, which is always a disaster for the human. But now with that damage missing, I don't think he can go for it.
Me neither.
Archer's here in a bit of trouble. There's no dust here, so he could have Shadow Melded her, but now it's too late. And Life seems to be making a few mistakes here.
I agree. Shadow Priest is still not dead, so he can heal. The workers are all alive, and the tower is 50% up. Almost a nice save, but he forces him into a town hall. The archers are able to kill the priest, but not the peasant. So, still 4 peasants alive. He's completely building the Town Hall. Very easy early game for Infi so far. The game plan of Life doesn't really work out, and where to go from here? The Engine of War is not really in a position to creep a lot. I mean, this little expansion, yeah, of course, but that's about it. So you can't really jump to level 3.5 or so. Counter expansion is coming, as well as the Shadow Priest and the tech behind it. So Life is getting better, but still, good army for Infi, lots of footmen, good levels on the Archmage, Berserker is here now for him, and a Pendant of Energy for an additional Water Elemental.
Interesting choice here by Life to be so aggressive now. Still, he's too late to really harass this creep spot heavily. He could have instead crept up his own gold mine and then the Murlocs, and that should have been level 3. But he's choosing to be aggressive. I guess the strategic idea behind this is with this aggression you keep your own Tree of Life safe. So I guess in that way it does make a lot of sense because the Tree of Life still is not completed. Tier 2 halfway done for the night of. This should be time for the Hunter's Hall. Actually, it's been coming up for quite a while. Demon here, no TP, needs to be careful, but with the boots he should be nimble enough to not find himself in the surround. And now, as the Tree of Life is getting closer towards completion, I think he's gonna go for the Expo creep here finally. Could this be now finally the humans' opportunity to be aggressive? Well, for now he seems to be creeping instead.
We all know that Infi is a magician when it comes to microing and using his footmen into the middle game, late mid game, whatever. So I think one part of Life's aggression here is to lower the HP of the footmen, so Infi is forced into an earlier shop that delays his tech a little, and he needs some time to heal them up. Is exactly what we see right now. There's a lot of poison on those footmen, so he has to heal them up, but it's a very early shop for Infi. He tried to get it up before, but it was knocked down by the Demon Hunter. But once this heal scroll, or this region scroll, is finished, he has 1, 2, 3, 7 footmen to work with.
And I don't think he has defend yet, right? Because that would really delay his tech. I don't think he wants to do that. But if he did have defend, this army would be so scary right now. But we have the Panda, and AoE is great against footies.
Indeed, but it's only level 1, doesn't really hurt too much. There's the clarity in the Archmage, but he doesn't have Water Elementals anymore.
So many footies, dude. What the hell?
Well, he gets 2 kills here, so it's only 5. And the Demon Hunter can still chase down the Archmage. Nice block coming out of the Panda, lowering the HP to below 200, so he has to use another regen scroll, and then it's out of stock.
Good thing he found the replenishment, though. That's gonna help him here. But now, Life is pushing forward. This is gonna force a militia response, right? But the tech has already started, so that won't be delayed by too much. Then again, the demon is pretty damn low HP, so militia will remain at home. The Expo almost entangled now. Tier 2 done. Lores coming up. So all in all, I think we have a very even game on our hands here.
So now the question is, how will Life play this? We've seen him with a lot of Dryads, superb micro, great decision making, split pushing. That was against TH and mostly on Amazonia though. How will he play this on Echo?
I would assume he's just gonna go standard, go for a couple of Dryads, maybe 3, 4, then go for Bears. I love that he stole the heal scroll. Again, how Infi and TH utilize their footies with the help of the heal scroll is ridiculous. And now he's moving forward. Now he does have defend, and well, he has 6 footies left, 7 I mean, and a mercenary. The demon is still low HP, but it has a very good inventory, but a lot of Merc support coming in right now.
Indeed, Mauler, Shadow Priest, Berserker, everything. But here's the next Breath of Fire. Doesn't hit too much. Shadow Priest of Infi immediately sniped, but Scroll of Protection helps him here. Big investment and big attack from Infi, because this is the best timing for him. He doesn't have Dryads out, he doesn't have Dispel. The Water Elementals are really strong. Level 2 for the Panda. But can he hold this?
Here on his side, using it right now to save the Archer. I think you should use a Wisp here for Detonate. Could get rid of a lot of protection here, and the Water Elemental. Yeah, this timing here is really crisp. We don't see this too much, but yeah, as you said, before the Dryads are out, this is a good window of opportunity. But now with Mercs coming in for life as well, I believe he's gonna stabilize.
I agree. The Wisp was a little too late for the Dispel, but the Entangled Gold Mine is still up. Good defense by Life. Even though he has a few losses on his footman. He Town Portal's out now to not lose too many of them. Look at this micro again, man. He's saving everything! Sometimes Infi is just a genius, man. I don't know how he does it. Nag a second. And here comes the Sanctum. The second Sanctum should be on the way. He's going Rifleman early, so he's expecting a counter push by Life pretty soon. Otherwise, he would skip the Rifleman and go to Mortar Teams super fast. And maybe add some Rifleman
to go for Mortars as well, if he wants to. But Mortars usually indicate a later game stage, and he already with the Naga showed that he didn't want to go super late, I guess, because again, well, Echo, if you go for MK second, do you really have enough creep camps to fight level 3? Not really. So I can understand the choice. The Panda himself, though, he is almost level 3 now, and that changes a lot.
Indeed. He gets the Murlocs, and I don't know if it's enough. I don't really think so. Demon Hunter's away, so solo experience for the Brewmaster. Target of mobility for him as well, but in the meantime, 12 o'clock position creep for Infi, one of the 2 unique spots here. Getting the Naga closer to Fork Lightning, and the big consumable here up for grabs. We have 2 claws, otherwise not that great of an inventory in the marketplace.
Oh, the demon, look at this. Creating space in the human expo. He's gonna force a response here, otherwise too many peasants are gonna die. And this should buy time for the Panda, but Infi does not want to get distracted by this nonsense. He's moving across 67 supply, lots of mercs. Not the best army ever, but now his expo isn't mining anymore for the human. The AM had to come back. Demon can staff home now. And the Panda almost only 1 kill away from the level up, and there it is. And he comes
nice.
Big breath.
He waited for the Footman kill to get level 3, but he ignited the Footman before, so they are a little slower. Could still catch up with the Breath of Fire, but at that time, it was Breath of Fire level 2, so a lot more damage resulting in another double kill. Life is pretty impressive here, and he can still chase. The Mauler is low, the Footmen are low, he has to call Militia. Infi's army is not that scary at the moment.
Panda slowed, but there is a staff. No TP anymore for the Night Elf is a little bit scary. Because if he finds himself out of mana to dispel on the Dryads and then super slowed down, he will not be able to evacuate those valuable bear units, which now he finally has. 3 of them with Master Upgrade, lots of reju coming in. 58 supply only, though, for him against 70. He has the better army, but it's the smaller one.
He has a Breath of Fire on his Panda, and you mentioned the heroes, no TP, just an invul and a heal scroll. And Infi with the Yumiko strategies, defensive towers to create a sanctuary in the back where he can heal up and fall back into. He does have some blockers, the Mauler is still up, the first breakers are there with 1/1 upgrades already, as well as the Rifleman 0/0, that's interesting. That he preferred the attack upgrade on the breakers over the Rifleman attack upgrade.
I think Life doesn't have to engage here yet. There's no mortar teams threatening his expansion. The towers are far away. He could wait for more bears, but he's going in already. Might this be a mistake? Drunken Hate's Breath of Fire. There's 1 scroll of healing on the human side. When's he gonna pop it? Not yet. Here we go.
Well,
this bear is gonna die. He's not gonna stab him out. He's gonna save the staff for the heroes here, it seems. But it seems to be good enough here. Even with only 3 bears.
Next Drunken Haze Breath of Fire, and he's fighting him back. Level 4 on the Demon Hunter, but Fork Lightning, of course he can't dodge that. Heal Scroller, heal potion being used on him. Double invul potion on Naga and Demon Hunter, and he's just chasing the Archmage. He sees he's vulnerable. He's empty in his inventory, so why not hero focus? In the meantime, the Breaker line is still strong. The Mauler falls, and the next bear will fall. 2 bears will fall, actually. Infi is taking this fight really well and levels up to 4 as well.
That's a big upgrade, much more mana on everything, and now he's not using the staff, he's still saving it for the demon. Of course, you really don't want to lose that hero, but he's getting more kills as well. Level 4 for the Pandaren already. No mana though, demon in trouble. There's the staff.
But only 2 bears remaining. Is there another slow against this one? Only from the Naga. No blocks coming out. Little micro mistakes here. Panda's in trouble with 50% HP though. Is there another Fork Lightning? Yeah, soon. So he has to be careful about that. Very close
are coming in for the reju. Is he gonna pop it? Oh, he does have a staff ready! But the demon gets away to safety.
That was the last Breath of Fire. The bears are chewing through the front line. And what is the Archmage doing? Completely out of position. Can he chase? Yes, he can! Big stick poke from the Panda. Kills him! GG! Life 1, Infi 0. Echo Isles belongs to the Night Elves.
Alright. So fairly early Naga push was in the end that his strategy was supposed to win this game with rifles instead of mortars to have that faster push. I was getting a little worried there for Life. He was attacking into that position with only 3 bears. He still had 500 gold to spend. He could have waited for more bears from the main. but I guess in the end it was enough. Only one heal scroll. I think that was a big problem for the human. He needed more. And that, of course, once again goes to show shop control on Echo Isles very important. Life was able to steal that first heal scroll, so the human was only left with a single one. And yeah, would have needed more, I guess.
Yeah, no ejection seed or whatever for the Archmage. He was so vulnerable. The Invo was on the Naga. Everything was on the Naga, basically. No TP, no staff. He wasn't safe at all. And then once your Archmage is out of position and there's a level 4 Demon Hunter right next to you with bears, you feel the hits very, very hard. And that leads to a town portal. Or there was no town portal, so it leads to kill. And without the Archmage, what can a human do? Not too much.
Yeah, I think by the time, even if the Archmage had survived there, I think the game was over. Like, that was the big push. He defended it.
Yeah.
He was even in supply. He had the better tech, the better heroes. I wonder, what did Infi have to do better there? Maybe do more damage with that first attack? Cancel the Entangled Goldmine or something?
Yeah, I think he had 7 footmen, right? And mercenaries. And I don't really know, he had this protection scroll as well, but he didn't commit neither to the expansion nor the gold mine, but fought that fight. And I don't really know if he was so confident to win it and then have the time to knock down the buildings, but that didn't work at all.
And again, if in that push he had the Scroll of Healing that the Night Elf stole, that would have been entirely different. Because Life really didn't have much of anything. He had 2 heroes and 2 archers and a Shadow Priest. I think that was it for a long time.
Yeah.
If there was a scroll on the human side, Scroll of Healing, he may have been able to kill this Expo, or at the very least, kill the Entangled Goldmine. So yeah, that grab of the heal scroll, I think, was a big turning point in that game.
I agree.
But yeah, Echo Isles, map number 1 is over. We move on to map number 2, and that is Terenas Stand.
Indeed.
I like that choice for Infi. He's very good in the late game. He's very good with tier 3. And as it has seemed in the past, Life isn't too powerful of a Warden player.
That did change, though.
There was this one crazy game on Amazonia where he just made Warden and Dryads and nothing else.
Yeah, I mentioned that. I mentioned that in the game of Echo Isles already. He's getting better with the Warden, and he's getting better super duper fast. I mean, he's top 3 in netties, and by that I mean not one of the top 3, but he is all of the top 3. So he's practicing a lot, and I can only imagine that a lot of that work goes into practicing his Warden. He saw how powerful it is when Foggy plays it. He knows how powerful it is if Light plays it. So it's getting better, certainly, and it's kind of rolling a dice if this is a Warden or a Demon Hunter now. Kind of depends on how he feels, and I don't know. He's just top 2, by the way. His 3rd account dropped out and is now only rank 7. By the way, there was a ladder shot, right? On March 10. I don't know if we saw a news for that. So some points were given out for GCS qualifiers. I will check that later.
And another returning name we see here in the high ranks of the ladder is actually Rudan in 5th place.
Yeah, crazy.
Really cool to see him again.
70% win rate. That is pretty impressive. Same win rate, for example, as a Romantic. A little below focus.
I would love to see him again in some tournaments, but
Can't imagine.
Haven't really seen him. Only ladder.
Nedis has not released anything. Alright, I will ask after the cast. Please remind me again. Razorman also rank 11. Lots of Europeans in the top 25. Blade is in there as well. Foggy, Sonic, the before mentioned Rudin and Razorman. So 5 Europeans in the top 25. That's pretty cool.
I think Razorman, you know, with all the Farseer buffs, he's getting really back into the game now. This is my patch.
This is my time.
This is my time.
Yeah, I wonder how that will change the meta, especially against human. But we will see that. I will do, well, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I think on Twisted Meadows especially, it should be really nice You can harass the fast creeping humans so much. You don't have to rely on the Blade Master. You can split as well with the wolves into different directions. And I mean, we both are insanely in love with the chain wave combo. Maybe we're gonna see more of that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, once our new overlay is finished for patch 1.29, I will do a replay cast. Hopefully on Friday. Let's see, I got a lot of your replays. If you have PTR replays that you think I should cast, then please send them to me, neo@backtowarcraft.com. I got like...
You gotta go ready. You gotta go ready, bro.
Oh, shit. I got like 10 already. And I want more, so we're gonna have some cool PTR games here on our stream.
Are you blue?
Nope. I'm pink.
Yeah, 1.29 is, according to Pete Stillwell, gonna come to us still during this March, if everything goes according to plan.
I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I was doubtful of that as well, but maybe.
I think the PTR patch should be released in 1 to 2 weeks, and then maybe 3 weeks more until we get the patch. So I would say before May. Everything before May would be good, and then I will start complaining. But it's better if they take their time and fix all the bugs. I mean, there were a lot of bugs on that PTR.
That is true.
I know.
I still haven't figured out why you couldn't see the creeps when you had the Sentry Ward, you know, the Invis creeps. That one really confused me.
It was weird indeed. And of course they have to patch Terenas stand, as we showed you yesterday again on our new Instagram account that Zach is covering for us. He highlighted that little video.
Oh yeah, the tower.
Of Taker Lin putting the tower onto the top left on Terenas stand.
That was so funny.
So yeah, Zach is doing a good job on our Instagram. We're getting close to 300 followers there. So instagram.com/backtowarcraft. Follow us. First Warcraft stream channel that has an Instagram account. As once again, we are the pioneers here, as we were with Facebook and Twitter. Social media gods we are, Remo.
Hell yeah.
Especially you. Especially like Remo put so much work into our social media. It's unbelievable.
I'm gonna inscribe that on my tombstone. The master of social media. I don't know if you noticed, but Life's avatar here in NetEase is like this little anime girl. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like,
with the kisses.
I know a lot of you guys out there as well. Like, you people who choose anime girls as your avatar picture. Like, why? I don't understand. Is that like a general sign of that you're in, like, what's it called? A weeb? Is that what you do? Because I don't get it.
Me neither, but whatever suits them. Maybe they look like the guys and then they don't want to put on an actual picture. So they go for the drawn ones. You people. Stephen Hawking is dead? What?
Yeah, man. There was only like 6 posts on Reddit about it this morning.
I woke up, got breakfast, and started the stream, so I didn't check anything. That's unfortunate. Good guy. I loved when he threw a party for time travelers to prove if time travel is real. Oh, genius.
I also like it when he was being interviewed by this one guy, and he was this interviewer tried to talk about alternate realities, and then he made a joke about it, and then Stephen Hawking said, yes, alternate realities are real. There's even one in which you are funny.
I also like that he appeared on Big Bang Theory, like not an impersonator, but the real Steve Hawking. That's pretty
really
cool. Yeah, he had some conversations with Sheldon.
Was it one of the later seasons?
Yeah. No, he actually reappeared quite often, like 3 cameos or something.
Oh.
Quite cool. Seems to be a cool dude.
Is that still a thing? New seasons of Big Bang, or is it?
Yeah,
over?
man, it is. I don't watch it anymore though.
What, it's over or it's not over?
No, it's still
Still
running.
going. There's this new one called Young Sheldon or something, right?
Oh my god.
I watched 10 minutes and was like, oh no. I can't do this now.
I watched a lot of shit, but no.
So, anyways, Warcraft, right? So we have first hero changes on both sides. We have the Warden. That one is not too unexpected, but an MK for Infi. We see that rarely, but especially on AZ. This is, on TS. This is quite surprising.
That's true. Life is about to break the streak of Infi. As I said before, the human is on a 4-0 win streak against Life. But this could change after this map. Warden versus Mountain King.
Player's forces are under attack.
He's kind of lucky that Life didn't go for a Demon Hunter. Otherwise, the Mountain King would be useless. But yeah, what do you think of this? Like countering the Warden with an MK?
I think the MK, if you get to tier 3, Siphon Mana and Holy Light, the MK is so much stronger than the Archmage. So especially there, he can be great, but of course he needs level 3. He has severe difficulties in the early game. But I don't think it's a bad pick. But as you point out, if it was a Demon Hunter here, this could be a disastrous game. But no, it is the Warden, so that's not the problem you have to deal with.
It's certainly harder to expand without an Archmage, because no Water Elementals, only have a Stormbolt. I mean, yeah, single target damage against the bigger creeps, you can do that. But do you really want to use your mana on the creeps? I don't know, maybe you have to. It will delay Infi's early game. He has to creep, he has to get that expansion, it's harder, yada yada. And now it depends on how Life will play this. How aggressive is he? There's no real harassment from Infi going on here. But there's also no second engine of war for Life, which is quite surprising. Usually on Terenas stand we always see one in the north, one in the south.
And the footy is furiously scouting, wants to see what's going on, sees that it is only tier 1, and the Hunter's Hall is coming up in the back. And here we go. Is he gonna expand without going for the Mercant first?
I was wondering the same, and this is so risky. Not a single tower in the base, and there is an entrance to the base. Militia being called immediately. This is so hard. Fan of Knives early, and a follow-up with the archers. He could kill one of them immediately. Mountain King is still creeping up. Oh boy, this could be GG in a bit. Yes, one more Fan of Knives.
He's making a new engine of war right next to the human base. Down there, next to the laboratory. It's gonna take a while though. So he has only realistically only lost one peasant so far, so that's okay. But none of them are mining on lumber.
Yeah.
He can go for the expo, but he can't power build it.
Infi again, such a strong micro, saving 3 militias. And there is no mana on the Warden anymore, right? Okay, there is one soon. It's still night. Does he scout this engine of war? I don't think so, right? Nope. But the Mountain King is there now. And the Stormbolt, blinks out. Nice. So Fan of Knives blink. This is a Warden without Shadow Strike, Remo. When did we ever see that?
Yeah, in the early game, usually Shadow Strike's so strong. But now, as the human is expanding, his main base, his expo's getting harassed by a Huntress, and the archers are already on their way there. MK has to come back. He has a lot of mana here. Only level 1 Stormbolt, however, and he has to cancel the expansion.
This is disastrous. 3 footmen will fall for sure. This is Warden getting closer and closer to level 3. Reveal being used, so he gets the archer. And now the cavalry is here to save him. But he transitioned into Huntress already. This is so much pressure. He stays on tier 1. He's producing more Huntress. The engine of war in the south is finished.
He could very well go for his own expansion right now. Or he could try to all-in this. I don't see a reason to do that, honestly, though. Stormbolts around, one more Huntress will be falling, but these peasants are still in danger. And the MK, we have to look at his mana. There's one more Stormbolt left. Well, actually now 2, I guess, because he hits level 3. Big deal for him. And he used it on the Huntress. Wants to get the secured kill.
He was a little lucky with the first surround. That he got a bash afterwards. Speaking of bash, here's the second one. Reveal being used. Huntress falls. 2 kills for Infi. Very strong response, and he's trapping a third one in the base. Actually not. Little mispositioning here. Blocks him with a lumber mill, though. And Life has to TP out. What a defense by Infi with only a few footmen and 2-3 Stormbolts.
Now he's out of mana, though. That makes this all a lot harder now. And the expo is still not coming up. There's only Arcade Tower up there. We are on 1 base versus 1 base, both on tier 1.
6 minutes in, exactly. Finally, mercenaries now. For Infi.
Now, is he maybe thinking, maybe I should have crept this earlier. The mercs would have certainly helped out.
3 new hunters coming from the south. This is gonna be a big creep check. No TP. And the Warden has mana for 2 fans of knives. She's waiting for level 3 to hit even harder. But there's a Berserker for Infi. Can he help? Who's getting the Taskmaster?
He wants to get this footy. He wants it so bad, but now he admits, alright, I have to use the fan already. He gets a level up anyways, and now he has a level 2 fan. Militia coming from the main, still vulnerable though. Who's gonna get the last hit? It is the MK, and the item goes to him as well. It's the wand of mana stealing. That's pretty nice. He can bolt her. She doesn't have mana anymore. Thanks to the wand, she's surrounded. She may very well die here. He's blocking her with a militia. She can't get out. She can't. No! She's dead. Level up for the MK on level 4. And he needed that kill as well.
Remo, do you remember how many times I said that Wand of Mana Stealing is situationally a very good item? This was the perfect example of when Wand of Mana Stealing can be great. Stealing the mana from the Warden so there's no blink possible, trapping her, stormbolting her, surrounding her, keeping the surround closed, and boom! Infi is back on top of the game, even without an expansion.
Yeah, that was pretty risky play though, to be honest, by Life. He blinked into the creep to get the last hit with a fan of knives. Didn't work. He gave up the item as well. And then he died. The crazy thing that is though, I believe it's still looking good for him. There's no expo in sight anywhere. The Warden, surprisingly, didn't get buyback from the tavern. Bought back. That's what I wanted to say. Didn't get bought back from the tavern. She's coming from the altar. But these huntresses, man, are so scary in these low-tier situations.
There's still no tech for Life, so it's okay, I guess. Infi did a great job in killing one by one. Like, it's not an overwhelming mass. Okay, now it's starting to get scary. But Infi has a solution already. That is the Zeppelin. With a few drops. Maybe into the main base, but he doesn't have that many footmen anymore, right? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is not that great. Oh, both going for Zeppelins.
Ooh, Zeppelin drops into the economy. Could be pretty crazy.
There's one guard tower.
Yeah, 1 guard tower. But against 7 hunts, I don't know that that's enough. Alright, the Warden's back now. What's she gonna do?
Oh my god. Infi is creeping his natural, and here comes the Zeppelin to harass us again.
MK has almost 3 Stormbolts though. He's gonna find the Lion Horn. Alright, here we go. Zeppelin dropped. All the huntresses are out. Where's the Warden? She's too far away. If only she had a staff. She's gonna be late here. By the way, if a unit is stunned, you can load it up into the Zeppelin. In case you guys are wondering why the Huntress wasn't saved. Little interaction. So Warden coming in. She has 2 Fan of Knives. Once again using the blink here. And getting drained again.
Indeed, there's 2 more Stormbolts. 1 Huntress falls, can't be picked up. That's the second one falling. And Infi with his Zeppelin is doing great work. Not too many kills for the Warden. Of course, he wants the expansion up. Level 5 on the Mountain King.
What the hell?
After 10 minutes. He out-leveled the Warden by 1 and I don't know what it is. 1 and a bit levels.
And he can execute these huntresses so easily now. Is someone teching finally? Okay. Life decided, you know what? Maybe we should go to tier 2.
A town is under siege.
10 minutes in, man. What a crazy game.
The Ancient of War ate his way into the base.
No way! It's ridiculous.
What the hell is this game, man? Are you serious?
That's annoying.
He's gonna root next to the tower, I guess.
Yeah. Eats a tree, roots, tries to kill it. Can he attack? Yes. Well, it's just some time that he buys. And Infi sends out 4 peasants to finally expand. This is one of the latest expansions that I've ever seen.
Again, this would be super vulnerable. Huntresses with a Zeppelin coming in here could easily prevent this. But the scouting from Life is not perfect right now. He doesn't know about this. He wants to drop instead MK being chauffeured around with the Zeppelin as well. Level 3 Stormbolt, man, is so crazy strong. But with 2 guard towers in the main, this space should be safe for the human.
I agree. Not too much time, and he's protecting it with a few mercenaries. He got 2 berserkers, 2 shadow priests. And yeah, Life is trying to find an opening somewhere. He's flying around with a zeppelin, but Infi knows where he is. Wisps everywhere. He could staff on them. Nice patrol with the MK here.
Yeah, and the Wisp has now scouted the
Town
expo,
is under siege.
but he's not attacking it. Has to detonate. And Infi, I guess, has now finally stabilized on 2 bases. Doesn't seem like this is gonna get cancelled. Huntresses have to unload, only getting the farm here. So, I don't know. Where does Life go from here? Just counter expo? Or is it too late?
Look at this Stormbolt, man. Cutting the HP in half immediately and getting a bash. Another Stormbolt probably kills her.
Dangerous!
No! Crash and burn! One falls! GG! Infeek is back in this series!
What a crazy game, man. What
What?
was this?
That was, like, so unusual.
Yeah, games like these are always hard to analyze. Like, what went wrong? What was the mistake? I don't know, guys. It was super weird. I think when you had like those 7 hunts and the warden creep jacking him at the merc camp, don't commit too hard. Don't lose your hero.
Yeah.
Expand behind it, and that should have been his game.
I agree.
But he wanted to do more damage, be more decisive, maybe be a little flashy as well.
Yeah, that was too ambitious. If he doesn't make this warden mistake, and if he doesn't lose the warden, and he rebuilt it at the altar, right? So it wasn't a tavern revive.
Took forever.
Yeah, it took forever, and the pressure was off, and that gave Infi time to stabilize and creep the Mountain King up a little bit. So he was level 5 so fast. And then if you have a level 5 Mountain King, a level 3 Warden without Shadow Strike, what can you do? Because the problem is, if you don't have Shadow Strike, then you can't spoon your way to higher levels. You can't one-shot anything. You have to commit to the fights with Fan of Knives there.
Yep.
Otherwise, you can just go in with a Warden, Shadow Strike, 1-2 hits, boom, 1 kill, a little bit of experience, and then, like, I don't know, like a little mouse or rat crawling towards level 4 and 5, but not possible here. Thank you, Kelsul100, for the 3-month resub.
Thank you very much. So, now it's Life's decision. What map do we go to next? Twisted Meadows is the Night of Dream, but that's usually vetoed. What else do we have? LR? Not really. Amazonia. Okie dokie. This is the map that we were mentioning earlier, where you had this crazy Warden first aggression into nothing but Dryads. It worked that time. Is it gonna work again? Usually, if Infi sees a game, he can analyze the mistake, the weaknesses, and punish those. So I would love to see the strategy once again and see how Infi reacts this time.
Yeah, I agree. Of course he knows, of course he saw the game against TH, so of course he's aware of what Life's plan is. 1 match, 1 map for the playoffs in Douyu Super League. $7,000 on the line here. Reaching the semifinal is not automatically prize money because it only starts at rank 3, but that rank 3 is already $780, so not bad. And of course, if you end the group as the number 1, you get an easier opponent in in the semifinal. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter if you end up first or second because your opponent is going to be TH or 1-0 most likely.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough draw.
But of course, you don't have to go through Lin or Romantic, which is also very good. And Infi's streak is still alive. 4-0 versus Life. I keep mentioning this. The streak could end or become a 5-0. Amazonia. Here we go.
All right. We are certainly gonna see an Archmage. This is not doable any other way on this map. Question is, what's the Night Elf gonna pick? We have seen lots of different strategies, aggressive strategies, being very, very difficult to deal with for the human. It may be Demon Hunter Immolation, it may be Warden level 2 being aggressive with Fan of Shadow Strike, and some Mercs maybe. So there's a lot of stuff that the human has to be worried about early on. It's gonna be damage control for Infi for the first 5 minutes.
I agree. So, Warden or Demon Hunter is the question. We will answer that in roughly 30 seconds, I guess. Here is the Militia, and we know that there's a little trick with the creeps here. Usually, he would run into the creeps to force the purge, so that there's no lightning shield possible. But he decides, okay, I want some vision. And he decides to build a farm here. That means Life's creeping is a little easier, because the lightning shield will be summoned on the archer. He gets area of effect damage on those creeps, and it's a Demon Hunter.
Alright, not the same strategy again. Oh, too bad. Would have loved to see that. But he's gonna go with the more tried and true, the more reliable Hunter of Demons. Thank you very much to SedJX with a 5-month resub saying, great game, looking forward to the next one. Keep up the great work. Less than 3. Thank you very much, my man. Less than 3 to you as well. He's gonna see the first hero here with the farm. And yeah, as you said, he didn't go for the Lightning Shield Purge. Ideally, you want to drag out the creeps and make him attack the Ancient of War as well. This may not have been possible with the Ancient of War here being so far away, but still, he could have certainly gotten that mana out of the Wizard. But yeah, not gonna be happening this time. We see a lot of instant expansions from the humans lately on this map against Night Elf.
Town is under siege.
I assume he's gonna go for that as well
Forces
here.
are under attack.
I don't think so. Or... he's not pulling any... okay, now he does. So he's sending the Archmage in first to see a scout for wisps or something? Wait. Okay. He draws them out, so on the way back they won't attack. That's some free damage, I guess.
He waited a long time here for the first water elemental. Could have summoned that earlier. But anyways, it's doing a good job tanking here. The Militia are on their way. Demon Hunter is moving across with hitting level 2. Only the Ring of Protection here. And 2 wisps ready
wisps.
for the detonate.
Yeah, first detonate was already done, so it's a 3 wisp commitment from live.
This looks like immolation, doesn't it?
Hell
Yes, it
yeah.
does.
And off we go. First kill, but
Oh,
level
baby.
2 for the Archmage. How many kills can he get? Infi has to save a lot of peasants here to make this expansion work. And so far, it's okay, I guess. 4 peasants still alive. Scratch that. 3 peasants still alive. But there was 3 kills. I think that's okay.
Those peasants
Oh,
down there once again.
boy!
The burns. He's gonna get one more here, certainly. And this Expo. I said earlier, he has to go for a lot of damage control early on. Well, the damage wasn't so controlled this game.
Good block, or goodish block, but it's not enough as it seems. This is the TPR. Can the Archer get the final shot? It's in the... oh, wow.
One shot, 1 kill.
The town is under siege.
That was rough for Infi.
That was painful, man. Dude, he was just barely level 2 when he moved north. Now he's more than 2.5. Oh, baby.
He needs some aloe vera or whatever it's called in English to heal from the burns.
But the thing is, the demon is super low HP right now. He has information of this, thanks to the farm. Could he be aggressive right now? Not quite sure, because he has 3 footies, one of them's basically dead. AM still isn't level 3. And mercenaries are starting to come in for the night off.
Okay, so this is gonna be a second coming for life, but he's wasting, in quotes, so much time to kill the farms, which on paper doesn't give him too much. Well, Infi is supply stuck. That's good. He has to rebuild it immediately and wait for the expansion to come up, but even then it won't be enough.
A player's forces are
This
under
is a
attack.
lot of damage that Life has here, man. This is 5 archers,
Yeah.
2 mercs.
Whoa.
He's still only tier 1. He has the resources now to tech or counter expand or go for more mercs. Boots of speed. There we go. Now this Demon Hunter is truly fearsome.
But
Expo is gonna be done for the human in a moment, but
yeah,
with
yes,
this massive Knight of Force still in danger.
he has no TP, but there's no Stormbolt this time, and if you surround this Demon Hunter, then it's just immolation, and boom, you kill everything. And here we see it, most likely. Would be a nice synergy here, but maybe he doesn't want to give up the mana.
Can you repair against it? I don't think so.
No,
Too
no,
much
no,
damage.
no. Way too much damage.
AM
And what's
level
Infi's
3
solution
though.
now? Infi is supply stuck. He can't rebuild his workers. He can't go for a shredder or anything really.
Immolation once again. More and more kills will be coming towards him. He's not attacking the peasants despite how exposed they are. Doesn't want to get flanked, I guess.
Oh, nice deny.
player's force is
More
under
peasants
attack.
here. That's kind of the last garrison for him.
Tier 2 though is coming up for the Night Elf and a counter expansion as well, and this is very likely to get cancelled because he's applying a lot of pressure himself, forcing the human to be attentive up here. Demon is dropping low though, Scroll of the Beast.
Early
And
on.
with that, the damage is too high for the Night Elf to stand his ground. Has to run away. Moonwell situation is looking okay. Demon Hunter will be able to heal again with this.
Very impressive again how Infi helped this. Like,
A player's
he
forces are
chased
under
him back into his base with his use of militia with only 4 footmen. That's it. And this force is too scary for 5 archers, 2 mercs, and a level 2 demon hunter with immolation.
Only as long as there's militia duration though.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
now over.
Obviously.
Sentry wards grabbed up, and level 3 for the demon. That's important. Mana burn available. May only be level 1, but better than nothing. AM, he may be able to find this tree. He should find this tree. He's not scouting for it. That is a massive mistake. Water elemental is moving over. Okay. He's gonna see it. I think it's nighttime. It's close. Shredder gets picked up by the Night Elf. A big damage increase. But he could have killed this tree, I think, with the footies, but now it's too late.
Yeah. Can't summon a water elemental anymore. Will be dispelled by the Shadow Priest and Hunter's Hall and Expansion. Both alive. Not even taking too much damage. Did he kill this? Okay, like, he killed 1 moon while it was in production. But it's alright. He can still produce. He's not supply stuck or anything.
Infi is still at only 100 lumber.
town is under siege.
He has
That's
been
ridiculous.
forced off of lumber so much this game.
I admit the 2 farm kills were way bigger than I expected them to be.
Yeah, you never think that it is actually painful for the human, right? But here it totally turned out to be.
So only now he got the Shredder. Only now he gets more experience. But life is pushing again. With Immolation, 2 footmen hurt already. So he basically has to work with 3 of them. Well, 2 of them. And with his Immolation, he can't really use a Region Scroll. Everything will be cancelled at once.
He may lose this game right here. The Panda's coming in. The piercing damage against the tower. He can't hold this. AM has to TP out of this. He's bringing the peasants though. Look at this. He's forcing them off of work. So they all come back. So he's gonna have a lot of militia moving in to defend very soon.
That would have been a huge barbecue right there. With Immolation and Breath of Fire against, I don't know, 15 peasants or so. They are
The Panda's
coming
getting ready
back.
to line them up.
Yep. It's a peasant Congo line. Boom. Was okay. But Infi has a Zeppelin now. He was very strong using it, and he surrounds the Panda. Demon Hunter blocks him out, though. That could have been a turnaround in this fight. He really wants to go for it, and he does. But is this really worth it? There's Immolation. This is a slaughter. Oh my god. Level 2. Panda survives thanks to the level up. Ah, the fireball kills him finally. But Infi calls for the GG, and the streak is broken. And the first semi-finalist is live.
Damn, dude. That was really strong. Game 2, he may have been over-aggressive, but aggression is exactly what won him game number 3. And once again, Immolation Demon Hunter, man, can be so scary against those early expos. It seemed like with that creep route, the humans like nullified all of the harassment possibilities of the Night Elf, because of course the Night Elf will creep to level 2 first, then attack. But there it worked out well. Did Infi creep this too slowly? You know what made a big difference? The lightning shield.
Yeah, true.
If there was no lightning shield, that all would have been slower. So I think that was the big mistake that game, honestly.
I agree.
Not purging the lightning shield. Or, you know, not forcing the purge so that there will be no lightning shield.
Yeah, going for the farm instead of the lightning shield. You can do both, right? Shouldn't be too hard, I guess.
Yeah. I think so, right? When you run in there, you don't die.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Nope, me neither. But it's all water under the bridge. Infi in the lower bracket. Life made it through. Here you have the bracket once again. So Infi will face either Lin or Romantic for the second slot in the playoffs. But we have Human versus Orc now coming up.